Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Severe weather will weaken and gradually shift east toward the mid-Mississippi Valley. The next round of mountain snow and wind will quickly overspread into the Pacific Northwest today and progress eastward into the northern Rockies. Watching South Florida, especially the Florida Keys, for impacts associated with Tropical Storm Rafael as it enters the southern Gulf of Mexico tomorrow. Above-average temperatures approaching record level will build across the Mississippi Valley, Great Lakes, and East Coast. Closer to home, a large Pacific storm system will move off to the east late this afternoon with calmer winds, drier conditions, and much cooler temperatures. The next storm system will move into the region on Wednesday night, bringing in a mixture of cold temperatures, lowland rain showers, and mountain snow, mainly Wednesday night into Thursday. Dry conditions are going to return on Friday as the storm system exits the area, and the weekend's going to be dry with mostly seasonal temperatures. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Dominic De La O, the man accused of killing Alamogordo police officer Anthony Ferguson during a traffic stop last year, is scheduled to go on to trial. Jury selection began yesterday. At the time of the shooting, De La O faced charges in other criminal cases. In January 2022, De La O was drunk driving and fled from law enforcement. He was arrested and released on bond with conditions, but of course he violated those conditions with the case pending. De La O picked up a new case in January 2023. Officers were trying to serve a warrant on him when a foot chase led to a shooting. Documents say De La O pulled a gun on Alamogordo police officers and he was shot. After that, his conditions were revoked for a short period of time, until June, after his attorney told a judge the detention center was not providing him with medical attention. 12th Judicial District Judge Angie Schneider agreed to give him one more chance, a decision that was a grave mistake. He was released just a month before he shot and killed Alamogordo police officer Anthony Ferguson. De La O also faces federal firearms charges in this case, with a trial scheduled for next year. Recently, a federal judge sentenced 31-year-old Jonah Apodaca for supplying a sawed-off shotgun that authorities say De La O used to kill Ferguson. Within the Blue Front fire risk is low with the development of rain, snow, and higher humidity. Firefighters are working to complete containment lines around the Blue Front fire. The village of Tularosa is having a special meeting on Thursday at 6 p.m. The meeting agenda can be viewed on villageoftularosa.com. It has to do with what was discussed yesterday right here on Alamogordo Town News. Debbie Cooksey, the Tularosa mayor, is wanting to give the residents an update on the village's water situation regarding the project done by the Tularosa Community Ditch Corporation.
Our water system is compromised right now, greatly compromised. Our fence that the EPA made us put up, we had to put up to keep our water intake safe so that nothing would get into it, meaning somebody that wants to throw chemicals in it or any other kind of poison that could go through to our system. That's why the fence was put up, has been taken down. We have been locked out of our own intake water system by the Tularosa Ditch Corporation.
This is a discussion only. A road closure on East 9th between White Sands and Delaware is effective through Friday, November 8th. General Hydronics Utilities will be conducting traffic control at the intersection of 10th and New York throughout the week. As the main water line is being replaced, the sewer pipe bursting will begin on the west alley of the 900 block. Traffic flaggers will be present at the intersection to direct traffic in the area. A water line replacement and road repaving is scheduled to begin on Monday, November 18th on Oregon between Indian Wells and 10th, be advised. You're invited to cast your vote for the noon auditorium featuring the year-round indoor pool. No tax increase for citizens. Vote Alamogordo.com for details. The Republican Party of Otero County invites all Republicans to a watch party, they say, for garbage people only, at Little New, 304 South Main from 5:30 until 10:30. Bring your favorite garbage to add to the soups and sandwiches. The Veterans Day ceremony takes place at Veterans Memorial Park in Tularosa. That's happening on Monday, November 11th at 11 a.m. That's 701 South Bookout Road and Highway 70 in Tularosa. The Alamogordo Music Theater presents A Christmas Carol, the musical, taking place on November 29th, 30th, December 6th, and 7th at 7 p.m., December 1st at 2 at the Flickinger Center. All seats are $12. AlamogordoMusicTheater.org for details. And don't forget, today is Election Day, what many are calling the most important election in history. Again. And based on some opinions today, this might be the end of the world as well. Seriously, we do want you to go vote. We heard from County Commissioner Amy Barella.
We need every single citizen to show up to vote. If you are not registered to vote, you can same-day vote. If you are a felon, you can register to vote. Take your ID. If you don't have an ID, take your proof of residency, which would be a utility bill or your lease.
We also heard from District 51 candidate Ashley Myers.
I mean, your vote counts. It really does. It's important to exercise your civic duty. There are a lot of things on the ballot this year that aren't just races, too. We got constitutional amendments, retainers for judges, some bond issues. There's a lot. It matters. I encourage everyone to vote.
I don't think of voting as a right or a privilege, but a responsibility. And I'm not ashamed to say it. The man for whom I voted, Chase Oliver, has just about a 0% chance of winning. But voting for whom you feel is going to win seems counterproductive to me. Your vote should represent whomever you feel is best for the nation. And whether your candidate wins or loses, there is absolutely no reason to take to the streets or commit acts of violence, as we saw in 2016 and 2020. News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
NMSU sent out a campus safety alert warning of 2 separate incidents of sexual assault in university residence halls last week and over the weekend. The 2 incidents, which university officials say are not connected, happened between October 31st and November 2nd. In its campus safety alert, the university says the assaults happened after parties at which alcohol was consumed. The university says in both cases the victims knew their alleged assailants and had invited them back to the dorms after the parties. NMSU police remind everyone that sexual assault is never the fault of the victim. Officials did not specify which residence halls the alleged sexual assaults had taken place. 9 people were arrested this week in connection with a suspected drug trafficking operation at a federal prison in the small New Mexico town of Milan. The arrests were made on Wednesday as the FBI and U.S. Marshals Service raided 13 homes across the northwestern part of the state, mostly around Albuquerque. Authorities confiscated 15 firearms, ammunition, fentanyl, methamphetamine, and thousands of dollars during these searches. Authorities in a news release announced the arrest, describing it as a drug-dealing operation as a significant drug trafficking network that extended beyond the walls of the minimum security prison to include inmate spouses, family members, and associates. The Donna Ana County Clerk's Office fired a poll worker, Alfred Cabrelas, over a post he made on an online blog. Chief Deputy Clerk Caroline Zamora said Cabrelas posted to social media about wanting to secretly record in the election sites. It's unknown which polling location in Donna Ana County is in question. We went looking for that post, but it appears to have been removed. La Academia Dolores Huerta Charter Middle School in Las Cruces is being forced to move to a new location after its building has been deemed uninhabitable due to years of disrepair. The school received a notice of eviction from the Las Cruces Public Schools as years of neglect have compromised the structural integrity of the building's roof and could endanger students and staff. Sylvie Galvan de Lucero, superintendent and head principal of Dolores Huerta School, claims the Las Cruces Public Schools decided to evict them rather than repair the building as they do not have the funds to cover the repair costs. They have until December 30th to leave the building but plan to relocate to a vacant section of the Alma de Arte Charter High School campus. 8 years running in New Mexico, Sky, an aerospace and research company, is preparing to utilize its technology to provide better insights from nearly 60,000 feet in the air. Michael Vestergaard Franson, the CEO and founder of Sky, spoke with KRQE.
The overall mission for Skies is to take that vast, untapped area between drones and satellites, and which is generally known as the stratosphere, and turn that into a force for good.
The company launches 4 different flights a year for their HAPS blimps. The most recent flight tested the blimp's abilities to fly day and night thanks to solar-powered batteries in the stratosphere. Next year, the main focus of the test flights will be to test the endurance of the blimps to see how long they can remain operational in the stratosphere. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 46 matches for New Mexico volleyball today, including Mescalero at Cloudcroft, Redoso at Dexter, Chaparral at Santa Teresa. The New Mexico Military Institute comes to Tularosa. Go, Lady Cats. Alamogordo heads to Las Cruces. Go, Lady Tigers. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies. Mostly clear tonight, mostly sunny tomorrow, with a 20% chance of precipitation. Winds will be gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin, 59. Low tonight of 41. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 37. High tomorrow, 64 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today, mostly clear tonight, winds gusting as high as 23 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow with snow showers, winds will be gusting up to 23. Your high today for Cloudcroft, 40. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 14. Low tonight of 27. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 17. High tomorrow, 44. Wind chill is going to make it feel like it's 21 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.